Today, join us as we travel to the far future to interview a captain in the Royal Manticorian Navy. He speaks of war, aliens, and red shirts. Then, Constance interviews two young cosplayers for whom skin conditions are the least of their worries. We return to our cosplayer who tells us how saving animals is his organization's primary mission. Finally, we have a bonus interview with the talented Daniel Davis, but we didn't need a holodeck. Suit up, it's time for some cosplay. Welcome to Captain Kyle's Cosplay Spotlight. Today we have a special guest who has come from the far future and is actually a captain in the Royal Manticorian Navy. I'd like to introduce Captain Ed Wandell.
Very nice to be here, thank you.
So you're part of the Royal Manticorian, am I saying that properly?
That's correct.
Navy. What kind of Navy is that?
We're the third largest spaceborne Navy in the galaxy.
Spaceborne Navy, so no sailing ships. No, you're not a wet Navy.
Not a wet Navy.
And what's the primary mission?
System defense. We just recently went from a kingdom to an imperial, or the Royal Imperial group, and so we've got many clusters, many systems, and many planets to protect.
Wow, and what kind of enemies do you have?
More seem to be popping up every time. We recently concluded a rather prolonged war with Haven, and are now facing a threat from what appears to be a large entity, the Solarian League, as well as the Mason Alliance. So it's going to be challenging.
Wow, don't you like make any friends?
Well, we like to think a lot of the people that joined up with us are our friends. So many of the systems asked to be members of the kingdom.
Haven, did you win that war?
I guess you would call it a Pyrrhic victory. It's one of those wars that we just lost so much that, yes, we won, but the losses were great and left us in a very dire situation, and our enemies were able to capitalize on that.
So what's your relationship with Haven now?
Much better, interestingly. A lot of the people that were behind the machinations of the First and Second War are gone, and now we consider ourselves allied with them, and we're going to face these new threats with Haven. It's really kind of strange having my ship alongside a Haven battlecruiser and they're not shooting at me, which is the first time in years.
But that must be nice, not getting shot at. I imagine that's a relief.
It's preferred, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider getting shot at.
Although following the Queen's orders, we're often in harm's way, and yeah, so having a Nike-class battlecruiser wrapped around you is nice.
Now the Solarian League, so does that mean you're fighting against Earth?
The system that Earth is in is part of the Solarian League, correct.
Wow, so shouldn't we consider you guys enemies?
Us guys?
Well, shouldn't we on Earth consider you our enemy? I mean, yes.
I'm sure the newsies are making it sound like the folks from Manticore are just the most evil in the world, but I can assure you our constitutional monarchy is one of the finest. We have a fantastic economy. Yeah, it's just a great place to live.
Are you insinuating that the media would misrepresent something? That's hard to believe. Wait.
Part of warfare now, apparently.
Yes, have you heard of Fox? Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. So you're facing two foes at the same time. And the Solarian League, how big are they compared to you guys?
They are the largest space navy, by far the largest. But as Commodore Terekhov showed, that sometimes more isn't necessarily as good as better.
Better in what way?
We'd like to think we have a technological superiority. The Solarian League has really hasn't had a major battle in hundreds of years. With us at Manticore, we've been fighting for dozens of years, and actually been fighting for hundreds of years. And that's allowed us to really develop amazing weapons to counter foes. And that's given us an advantage generally.
So are you familiar with
the old Earth dating system of AD, what year would you say your empire is currently when you're serving? Like,
well, we're post-diaspora, so as people started leaving the Terran system, we really started counting again with the calendars. Things have changed so much as humans became a spacefaring race. So we're 1,922 years since diaspora. So that's about where. The equivalent would be maybe 4,000 years. AD.
Wow. Have you met any aliens? Are there alien races that you're dealing with?
Well, technically, we're the aliens. There's two sentient life forms in the system. There's the Medusans of Basilisk and the tree cats of Sphinx. So really, humans, we've only shown up here in the last 1,000 or so years. So we're the aliens, technically.
True, like immigrants, almost
right.
Illegal immigrants.
Yeah, and we didn't realize the tree cats were sentient until very recently. So we were just busy colonizing Sphinx and didn't realize that these cute little furry things were actually that sentient.
How was that discovered?
The interesting things about the physiology of the tree cats is they've got an empathic link. They think thoughts and they can see thoughts in a sense. It's very hard to describe, but for the humans that have been lucky enough to bond with one of these tree cats, they can get an empathic link. And it's been very interesting. And initial forays into trying to break that link were almost impossible. So what they decided to do was, since the tree cats have almost hand-like paws, they're able to teach them sign language. So we went back thousands and thousands of years, and now we're able to communicate more with this sentient species.
That is very cool. So anyone wear red shirts in your military?
Marines are green, and our Grayson allies are blue, and the Royal Manticorian Navy is black.
You're probably lucky that you don't have any red shirts. Okay. Well, thank you for stopping in today. That's all the time we have, but we'll be back with a cosplayer. After we see some cosplay with Constance, we'll be back.
Okay, and what is your first name?
Willow.
Hi, Willow. How are you enjoying the convention today?
Good.
And how old are you?
9.
Only 9 years old. And check out this costume. Your costume is amazing. Who are you dressed as?
I'm dressed as Emily from The Corpse Bride.
Corpse Bride is one of my favorite movies. And what other kind of movies do you like?
I like Harry Potter, Stardust, The Lord of the Rings.
All great movies. Take your recommendations. And how did you put your costume together?
This is actually just a white communion dress. And then this is, I don't really know what this is made out of, but this is just like a skeleton hand that we cut up and we put it on the belt.
It's good. Like, you can see that. It's ribs. You can put the rib detail. I love the maggot detail on the flowers as well. That's really well done.
Thanks.
If you had to pick other characters to dress in costume as, who else would you want to be in costume as?
Hermione Granger, Ginny Weasley.
Those are really good ones. And do you read as well or play any video games?
I do both.
You do both? Do you have any favorites for those?
I really like Cat Wings, and for a video game, I really like Minecraft.
Love Minecraft. It's such a fun game. Do you make anything really awesome in Minecraft?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about it?
Probably building and having pets.
I love the pets. Which one do you like better? Do you like the wolf or the cat pets?
The cat.
Me too. It's fair. All right, well, would you mind giving a pose as Emily in front of the camera? Okay, and what's your name? What's your first name?
Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin. How are you enjoying the convention so far?
I'm having a lot of fun.
And how old are you?
I'm 17.
17. That's pretty good. What are you dressed as today?
I'm dressed as a zombie maid.
And would you mind walking us through how you put your costume together?
I just bought the outfit at Spirit Halloween, and then I buy all my special effects makeup from a FX warehouse, and I just kind of put it on.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but she is wearing a contact, and the special effects makeup is really cool looking. It looks real. Like from back here, it looks really good. And do you get to go to a lot of conventions with your family?
This is only the second one I've ever been to.
What was the first one you went to?
Just plain Comic-Con in Ohio.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I've heard Ohio Comic-Con's really cool too. And what is your favorite thing about going to conventions?
I like seeing the people that dress up, and I like dressing up, so.
Keep it up. We like to inspire people to cosplay. It's one of the best things. Now, for this Walker Stalker convention, what's one of the coolest things you've seen? Have you gotten anything cool today?
I haven't really gotten anything too great.
Neither have I. I'm still looking though.
Much money to buy things with, so.
It's a cosplay struggle. You spend everything on the costume. You don't have enough for the convention. Now, do you have a favorite Walking Dead character?
I really like Daryl.
It seems like that's a general consensus. Besides The Walking Dead, which is the Walker Stalker Con is for, what other things are you interested in? Like any comics, any other movies or TV shows?
American Horror Story is my favorite show, and I really like Harley Quinn and the Joker.
Love her so much. What do you think about the new Suicide Squad movie?
I'm really disappointed in how they made her look.
I'm going to be honest, I agree with you on that one. She lost a little bit of her Harley Quinn-esqueness. How would you cosplay as Harley Quinn?
I'm always the kind of person that likes her as the jumpsuit, the old, original.
Classic.
Yeah. I feel like they kind of make her look too showy.
I agree. I like her. We're going to keep her around for the show. Now, what other cosplays have you done, or other cosplays that you want to do?
I'm actually doing a Harley Quinn cosplay for the next one that I go to in the jumpsuit, but I have not. This is the first one that I've done, other than like Halloween.
Have a new cosplayer, folks. Now, hope you keep it up. I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for talking with us, and I do really love your costume. It came out really well for your first time. Oh my God. Would you like to give a zombie pose into the camera? Thank you very much.
Welcome back. As we are here with actually Captain Ed Wandell. That is his name, but what's interesting is he is not from the future. We don't have any type of setup with the doctor, so we weren't able to get anyone from the future. But Ed, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, my name's Ed Wandell. I enjoy cosplay and living history, and I'm a big fan of the books of David Weber, which is why I'm here representing them now.
So, is there an organization of people who are fans of David Weber's books?
Yes, we're the official fan group of Honor Harrington, which is the main character of these books by David Weber. And we're geographically based chapters, so the Philadelphia chapter is my ship. I'm the president of the chapter. It's HMS Rigel. Anyone can join. The website is trmn.org, which is the Royal Manticorian Navy.org. And we're fortunate enough to have the support of the author, David, and his wife. So it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome. So your organization, what do they do other than tell David Weber how great his books are?
And we do that a lot.
They are great. I read his stuff, and it's awesome.
Yes, we support each other first. So it's a great place to meet people with similar likes. So the networking is excellent. But one of the main things we like to do is raise money for charities. And the primary charity for the Royal Manticorian Navy is Big Cat Rescue down in Tampa, Florida, where they they really rescue these big cats and put them in an environment where they can thrive. And more than that, they also are advocates for the big cats, and they are really trying to get better and stronger laws prohibiting idiots to own these wonderful, majestic animals. Yeah. It's a great organization.
So when you're talking about big cats, you're talking my cat's fat.
I've got a bunch of cats myself, but it's lions and tigers and bobcats. They've kind of given us, our group, a bobcat, Max. So if you go to Tampa, you take a tour of the facility, And there's this beautiful bobcat, Max, who hangs around with his little friend, Marianne. And right on the front of the enclosure is a Royal Manticorian Navy sign. So we've raised thousands of dollars for that organization. So we kind of own a bobcat. It's pretty cool.
That is nice. My cat, not a bobcat. Yeah. Not much of a hunter either. So why did you guys choose cats as your thing? Is it having to do kind of related to the tree cats?
Right, exactly. The main heroine of the series is Honor Harrington, and she's bonded to a tree cat named Nimitz. And it's written so cleverly, it makes everybody want to have a tree cat. So it was a natural alignment with Big Cat Rescue.
Can we get tree cats?
You can get tree cats. Yep,
well, are they actually empathic?
No, they're stuffed, but you can imagine. That's part of cosplay. You got to imagine. You got to live it, believe it.
How does one get into the Royal Manticorian Navy?
Really, it's just logging onto that rmn.org website and finding a chapter near you. And actually, you can be a chapter in anybody's group, but it's free. They just if you're going to costume, just follow the guidelines that they have. They want to make sure that everything looks the same. And enjoy yourself. That's the main key, is have fun.
Oh, awesome. Do you cosplay anything besides a captain who happens to have your own name?
Yeah, I've done Jack Sparrow. Matter of fact, I got my start in cosplay in 1984 when the movie Dune came out. I wanted to had Kyle MacLachlan and Jean-Luc Picard as one of the characters.
Jean-Luc or Patrick Stewart?
Patrick Stewart, yeah. Okay. So every time I see it, I'm thinking, that's the Enterprise captain. But I wanted to be a Fremen so bad, so I started building a Fremen outfit, and I found my horrible attempt at a cosplay outfit years later, and I was like, wow, there's so many better ones than that. So, but I also do Star Trek, and I'm looking to do a War Doctor for Doctor Who.
Awesome. I think you'd make an awesome War Doctor. Yeah.
It's the doctor that's not really handsome. It's like somebody that's my age can pull it off.
Hey. I'm thinking of doing that cosplay myself. What are you trying to say?
You'd be perfect at it.
See, the abuse I get from my guests and my co-host. Anyway, so David Weber has the Honor Harrington series. Have you read the other series that he has?
Safehold?
Safehold series?
Yeah, I've started those. But he's a prolific writer, so there's like 20 whatever books, and a lot of other authors like to write in that universe, so there'll be other books written by other authors that are still in the same universe, and you feel like you got to read them all, so my bookcase is stacked with things that I have to read next.
I actually complained to him because I read very quickly, and he doesn't write fast enough for me. What cons do you usually go to?
The big ones we like to go to. Shore Leave is an excellent one for us because we have a large Royal Manticorian Navy presence, and all my Star Trek friends are there as well, and a lot of Doctor Who guys. Farpoint is one that kind of battles with Valentine's Day, so I usually don't get to that one, unfortunately. But I'm looking forward. I want to go to the San Diego Comic-Con. That's high on my list.
Yeah, that's one that I haven't been to, but I'd love to. Is there actually like an Honor Harrington convention I heard about?
Yes, we have 2 conventions now. There's HonorCon down in Raleigh. That's in October, I believe. And then we have our own. We just started it this year. Is Manticon, which was held in Minneapolis. And the Webbers attended. And it was our first one. It was very successful. I'm looking forward to going to one of those.
Oh, awesome. I'm going to have to check those out. We do have to go, but we're going to be back shortly. See you soon. This is Captain Kyle. I'm here at Shore Leave. I'm sitting here with Daniel Davis, who's been in such things as Star Trek The Next Generation as a hologram. And he's been in The Nanny, a very versatile actor. And thank you for joining us today. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for asking me.
Glad to hear it. So do you do a lot of conventions?
This is really only the second convention that I've done in the last 25 years. When the episode of Elementary Dear Data and Ship in the Bottle first aired, I was invited to do a couple of conventions at that point. In fact, I did a Caribbean cruise with nothing but Star Trek fans, which was great fun. And but then somehow or other, I got involved in other things like The Nanny and other shows, and I didn't do a convention until last summer at Las Vegas, I had run into Bob Picardo, who was one of the regular cast members, and he said to me, "My agent has been trying to find you for about 20 years." And I said, "Oh, why?" And he said, "Because she thinks that you should be doing Star Trek conventions." So he said, "Here's her number. She'd love for you to call." So I called her, and it was pretty close to the time of the Vegas convention. And so I went there, and then she arranged for me to be here this year. So this is only the second one in a while, and it's really fun for me. I'm enjoying it.
That is awesome. When you went to a con many years ago, were there as many people walking around in costume as there are now?
No, it was very different back then, and it's like Topsy. It's just grown. So it gets bigger and bigger every year. I think that I was told that there were nearly 100,000 people in Las Vegas last summer. It's great fun. It's lovely to meet the fans and to do the Q&As. I really enjoy that. You know, last night I did a Q&A with, I don't know, there probably were 300 people there, and they had interesting questions for me, and they were very warm and welcoming, and they've been very nice to me today.
Did they ask you a lot of questions about the Nanny, or is it more Star Trek?
Well, it's pretty well divided. It's pretty evenly divided, because some people hadn't really put together until last night that Moriarty was also Niles the butler, which is flattering to me. Everybody wants to know about if that is really Fran's voice, which it is, and then, you know, a lot of there are interesting stories to tell about both of those jobs, as well as some of the other things I've done.
Well, that's awesome. Now, looking around here, you see a lot of people in different costumes. What do you think of all these cosplayers?
Well, I think it's wonderful. I mean, they are hardcore fans of the shows, and it's not just Star Trek. This convention is, you know, across the board sci-fi, and so I just think the people here are lovely.
Have you ever thought about putting on a costume yourself and coming to one of these cons?
No, I don't think I would do that. I don't know who I would dress up as. The one thing I enjoyed about playing Moriarty is that I didn't have to put on prosthetics on my face, so I got to be a regular person.
That's always a nice thing. Do you have any projects coming out or anything that you're working on that you want to let people know about?
Well, if people are going to be in New York this fall, I'm going to be doing the revival of Noises Off on Broadway at the American Airlines Theater for the Roundabout Theater Company. We're going to have Andrea Martin and Campbell Scott and Megan Hilty, among many others. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful show. Noises Off is one of the classic great farces of all time, and it's about a fairly inept theater company. And the first act, you see them trying to rehearse a play, and in the second act, you see it from the other side. They're actually performing the play, and what the audience is seeing is what goes on backstage, which is a lot of hilarity.
It sounds like a lot of fun. Maybe one day they'll do a musical about a talk show that's really inept. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of your con.
I hope so. Thank you.
All right, welcome back. You know, it was real easy to join the Royal Manticorian.
See that?
That was just incredible, wasn't it?
It's that easy.
You know, I just went to the site and suddenly, I don't even know how this happened, but hey, I'm a captain too.
You're a captain too, but you're out of uniform.
I'm out of uniform.
Here's your official HMS Rigel patch, which you're welcome to put on your sleeve and join our ship and our chapter and cosplay away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ed.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. That's it for today. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. And until then, have fun and cosplay on.
Interested in cosplay, but you're not sure where to start? Get my book, Elements of Cosplay, Costume and Beyond. Available on Amazon.com. Thank you for watching Captain Kyle's Cosplay Spotlight. If you enjoyed this episode, here's a few more you may enjoy. And don't forget to click the link to subscribe. Have fun and cosplay on.